It's on.
What's going on, guys? No, you're not used to seeing me. It's Optimustron behind the camera because I came to visit my friend King Joe, and we did some trades. So I figured I'd come up here to visit, and we show you guys the trades that we just traded each other.
We'll start off with Optimustron's lot. We'll go back and forth the books.
And my name's Anthony, by the way. First thing I picked up, I was able to trade Joe Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. The 6-part series, number 1, number 2, 3, number 4. This has a cool cover, I like this. Number 5. And number 6, excuse the bags and boards, I didn't bring any extra bags and boards up with me. Also traded him for the Savage Hawkman number 1, which I actually had before I traded it, and I picked it up again. Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X number 84. I wanted to try and pick up this whole run. I used to have most of it. You know, I wanted to definitely pick this up again, mostly for nostalgic values and because I love the Wolverine, of course. Also picked up a Classic X-Men number 45. Thought it was a cool cover. West Coast Avengers number 35. Nice, cool Doom with Dr. Doom cover. If Hitman Von Doom was still around, he would appreciate this. Also picked up a Silver Age. Was happy about Teen Titans number 14. When Robin Quit. I don't know if you guys can see that or if my angle's off here a little. X-Men 181, 297, 188, and 194. And there's still more on the back of these boards, but I'll switch over to Joe and let him show you before I switch over.
I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 4, cover A, Leonardo. Marvel 1-point variant number 1.
I read that. That wasn't bad. It was different.
A versus X round 9. Round 10. Round 11.
And I know this is old news, A versus X, but I like the last couple. They were good.
Round 12. Ultimatum number 1. The Demon number 21.
Had a cool cover.
Flash 0.
I couldn't get into that
Dark
story that
Reign,
much.
The List, X-Men number 1. Saga, what number is this? 4, chapter
Number 4, yeah.
Saga number 4, it's a second printing. Extreme X-Men number 1.
I didn't care for that story.
Ultimatum, Spider-Man Requiem number 2. Lobo number 23. Wolverine and the X-Men Regenesis number 1.
I couldn't get into the art with that. Everybody's talking about that, but I couldn't get into it.
Number 2. They're all second prints.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, no, number 3. I didn't realize it. I don't care. Frankenstein Agent of Steel 13.
That was a Rot World tie-in, but you didn't have to read that in order to know the other Rot World series.
Uncanny Avengers number 1.
Appalled for what they did to Professor X in the end.
A versus X round 5. Round 6. Round 7. I gotta get round 8.
Yeah, it's only one other than that. You got the whole set.
Necrosha the Gathering number 1, one shot.
I started to read that. I didn't care for it that much because it seemed like they were bringing in like the Twilight Saga, you know, versus X-Men in an X-Men book.
Necrosha number 1. And The Walking Dead volume 3.
That was good. I like that.
Back to you.
Alright, back to me. What I also got from them for those trades, a Dragonlance number 1. I love my Animal Man with the new series, but I didn't have any old volume 1s, so Joe had some, so I made sure I picked them up. Number 5. Number 2. These are out of order. Another Uncanny X-Men book, 199. Another Uncanny 182. Help me fill up those X-Mens that I love. Doom Patrol number 1, which I don't really know too much about him, but it was a number 1 book, and he had a double, so that was a good trade. Alright, you saw that one, you saw that one. Animal Man Volume 1, number 8. Uncanny X-Man number 176, also needed. Animal Man number 7 and 6. Sorry, these are out of order. I'll fix them when I get back to my house. And last but not least, Animal Man number 10. So I'm really happy to do these trades. Definitely did some
yeah, I actually wanted the World's Finest book he had, but that didn't go my way.
Yeah, what I ended up doing is I had a couple Silver Age books that I liked. You know, I had a World's Finest. It's very nice. I'm going to show it to you guys now, but I like other things a little bit better. So if he had something else that I would have traded him for, I was going to trying to find something so we can get this, the World's Finest number 174. It's a beautiful condition, as you can see the colors. Pretty crisp. Beautiful in Mylar. It really shines. It really pops. It makes the color pop. But maybe I can find something to trade him next time. Once I can get into his doubles, he has his doubles all buried in the garage. So maybe I gotta find something next time. And I was also thinking about trading this or selling it. Tales of Suspense number 49, which I do want to keep it because it was a good story. Angel versus Iron Man, and Angel whooped Iron Man's butt for the most part. I liked it. I was surprised. It was good. But the condition's not so good. It has some spots here. I would just consider this what, good condition?
Yeah, because the corner, you're missing a corner piece out the corner.
But maybe next time, maybe we can find something to trade for these books, possibly. Yeah, at least the World's Finest I'll trade. I don't know, but the Tales of Suspense I'm a little iffy about whether I want to get rid of or not.
Yeah, see, Anthony don't have doubles like I do.
Yeah, of course not. I have 3 boxes. I have 2 full boxes and 1 half a box full of comic books, compared to Joe's 60 or 80 boxes.
80 plus boxes.
80 plus boxes of comic books.
I actually have more boxes of doubles than you have boxes of comics.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. You have your collection. Because you have that collection, that's why you're so knowledgeable about the comic books and the collectible industry.
Yeah, he even took my contest, and he.
Yeah, it's. I told him it was way too hard. There's nobody that's gonna get that.
There's somebody out there. I know there is.
There's no way, because you gotta figure. You've been collecting since you're how old?
16.
And you're what?
42.
You're 42 now. So there's no way, unless somebody was a collector like you or had, that support that you had growing up and collecting, nobody's ever going to get that contest. And I know you guys will agree with me, because that contest was hard. I tried it. I spent like 3 hours on the first 25 questions. There's no way. It took me forever. And I had my notebook filled out, and I had them all numbered 1 to 109, and it took me forever just to get up to a certain part, and it was just too hard. Especially when he had
I got to get out here. Right here. Hold on a second.
No, I understand it, but if he shows you a picture of a TV show and there's 7 characters on it, yeah. If there's 7 characters on it, you kind of have to explain the character, the TV show, the character, and the actor.
I did it.
All 7 people.
I knew the pictures, and I went and I sat there and I went on the thing, and between IMDb and Wikipedia,
yeah.
I got all 109 pictures.
Yeah, but certain things, if you just showed a picture and there's no background, you can't. What are you going to look up? Like a green beetle, or there's a picture with a green guy with a green antenna.
Well, you should be able. If you are a comic book fan, you should know some of the heroes of the universe. I admit,
From 1930 on.
I didn't put to the 30s.
You put one to 1933 or something like that. You put on.
Who?
I forgot what it was.
1933 was King Kong.
All right, well, hey, that counts.
That was when the first movie came out. Okay. Now, see, so people are arguing this, and people are going to get something, whatever. 1 or 2 answers ain't going to help you anyway.
Yeah.
So I actually made it hard because of the amount of stuff I was going to give away. I figure you get to pick 2 Silver Age books. You had to pick 2 bronze, and you could have took everything you got. If you sat there and I went through all the baseball sets, all the stuff, you probably would have got over $200 of the stuff easy. Now, who gets paid?
That's true.
Who gets paid? Most people make, if they're lucky, $10 an hour around this area. So if you put 3 hours into work, you're only getting $30. Well, if you're getting $200 plus worth of stuff, of course I'm going to make it hard. The only person I know who gave good stuff away was poor Loki Goblin 13. Rick, I loved your contest,
that was some
but
good stuff.
I actually thought you were nuts giving away all the stuff you did. But you want to know something? If you had the stuff you want, guys, even though some of the winners probably had most of the stuff and just made them a little bit richer, they're probably on eBay whipping the stuff, selling it. But
nah, they probably enjoyed it, especially there's some cool prizes there. I just couldn't do the on camera. Normally, I'm a behind the camera type of guy. I can't do the on camera, so I didn't join that contest. Even though I wanted to, there was a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, he's camera shy. You know, he's Mr. I got my hair, my still I don't have hair either. You know, bald is beautiful. If I sat there, I'd be sucking on a dum dum and going, "Who loves you, baby?"
Yeah.
You know who said that? Let's see. Since that's another question. Who coined that phrase and what's the television show? Oh, God Almighty! You guys don't know.
Was that Kojak or something?
Yes. Oh my God, he got one right.
Come on.
Who played Kojak?
The bald guy. That's all.
Telly Savalas. He was Greek.
Yeah.
He played in The Dirty Dozen. He played freaking Maggot. Henry Maggot. See? Yeah. I know a lot of crap. I don't even have to freaking look at stuff.
Well, that's the point. You know a lot of crap. That doesn't mean everybody else is going to know it when you have 109 questions. But either way, it was cool. You did it well. It was a fun contest. I went through it a couple times, even though I couldn't get everything. It was a good try.
Yes, and it actually ends on the 30th, which is, what's today? The 5 days. So Friday, I'm going to post the video. It's going to be ended by noon, so by Friday night, I'm going to have a video. I'm going to sit here on my thing with my laptop and my little mouse, and I'm going to go through picture after picture and tell you what the answers were.
That's good.
I invite, deserve it. And then after that's over with, the video's only going to stay up because when I hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to do the same kind of video. But I'm not going to do 100. I'm not going to do 109 pictures. I decided to make it 50, but there's going to be some on there that I didn't put on.
Well, at least 50 questions is doable, and
well,
it's
50
reachable.
with two, so it's going to be 100. There'll be 50 pictures, probably 100 questions. But as usual, again, it's going to be worth it. I believe, you know, that's why I said about the videos. Like I told him, I said, if it wasn't for a lot of the stuff that came before, Hollywood has a tendency to take stuff and remake it over. You know, they did the Ten Commandments. Cecil B. DeMille did it, and then they redone it. They did Cleopatra. They redone it. They supposedly making a new Gone with the Wind film. That's you know, it's like, well, let's see. We got Red Dawn.
That looks terrible.
They redid Total Recall. Yeah. Some of the great classics. The Magnificent Seven was actually a ripoff of The Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa.
I saw that movie. It was a great movie. It's black and white subtitle. Great.
It's a great movie. Seven Samurai. And The Magnificent Seven's a great movie too. I don't care if it was a ripoff. You know, a lot of movies that Hollywood does are based on form. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl with the whatever. Right. Yeah, but they were Swedish or Scandinavian or whatever. They were films from Europe. Hollywood, and it's a lot of television shows like Being Human. I don't even watch the sci-fi Being Human because the original Being Human was released on the BBC, and I watch the BBC USA. I watch it on that. Why do I want to watch an Americanized version of a British show when I can watch the British show and it's almost the same thing? You know, the only show. Well, I'll tell you, the only show that I thought that was actually good that they did was the 11th Hour. The British show had Patrick Stewart. And when they did the American show, it only lasted one season, and they had Rufus Sewell who played him. And I actually liked the American. I actually liked the American version, and it only lasted one season. I was actually pissed off when CBS didn't pick it up for a second.
The only thing I watch on BBC anymore is Kitchen Nightmares.
See, I watch BBC. I watch Doctor Who. Even though I don't like Matt Smith as the Doctor, I actually can't wait till he regenerates and they can see what the new Doctor is. My favorite Doctor in the new series was David Tennant, who ran basically, I think, 3 years or 4 years.
I don't know Doctor.
David Tennant was the best Doctor out of the new Doctor lot, and I actually miss him. And he even slummed and did a remake of Fright Night. He was Peter Vincent.
Yeah, all right. I was surprised about that. That was all right.
That was all right, but
the original was better.
You know, you can't hold a candle to the original. The original Blob was better than the 80s remake. Yeah, Invaders from Mars, the original 60s version was better than the 80s version, even though the 80s version had better special effects than the 60s. There's some things that, you know, we were just discussing The Incredible Hulk last night.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the first Hulk movie. There were some aspects of the first Hulk movie I thought were good, but the CGI sucked.
It wasn't bad. I like certain parts of the first one. But
if they could have redone that movie and put the CGI in it from the Avengers Hulk, I think that movie would have been a lot better. I think Marvel, because I hear, you know, Local Goblin was saying how they're redoing Daredevil, how they're redoing You know, there's a Thor 2 coming. They're supposed to redo with the new Spider-Man. I didn't particularly care for the new Spider-Man.
I like the new Spider-Man. I thought it was kick-ass. I like the new Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was good. And I like the special effects on it. I thought it was way better than the other 3 movies. I know a lot of people like the other 3 movies, the Tobey Maguire movies. But I couldn't get over... I like the special effects and the fighting, but I couldn't get over, like, the Part 3, Spider-Man Part 3, they had that dance scene in the bar, and then the way that he would talk is golly gee. You don't remember the dance scene? Remember he was playing the piano?
Oh, yeah, with the freaking messed up hair, yeah. Making MJ all upset, yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. So that's
well, I told you, I didn't like the freaking dance scene he did with freaking DeFranco and freaking MJ freaking making freaking eggs. I was like... Stupid. I was like, yeah, they didn't need to fucking push.
And then the way they had him talk anyway, Maguire, they had, you know, golly gee, oh boy, you know, it just, I didn't like it. That's why I love the new Amazing Spider-Man a lot better. And we're talking about remakes of movies that they messed up on. Conan, the new Conan, I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I watched maybe 15 minutes.
I like Jason Momoa, but that was terrible.
Terrible, awful. I will still watch Conan the Barbarian all the time.
Yeah, but Conan the Destroyer really wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't, but Conan the Barbarian was awesome.
Conan the Barbarian was the best of the Conan films, and that was it.
It was.
It's not like Star Wars, which I don't even want to bring up that.
It's not even against Star Wars.
To me, the best 2 Star Wars was Episode 4 and Episode 5.
I still like Return of the Jedi, but I agree. I like Empire Strikes Back a lot. It was good.
I'm not a fan of Lucas.
Yeah, I don't even get started on Star Wars, man.
That'll be a totally other episode. Yeah, in fact, when we do that, our friend Al's got to be here. We're gonna have a round, a square table discussion, or a rectangular table discussion here because we all have opinions on the Star Wars, the prequels, and how Lucas just did it for the cash, and that's it.
And you know what? Since we're on the subject of movies, before we end the video, before we make it too long,
yeah,
that X-Men. Let's do a quick review of the X-Men. I picked this up. X-Men animated. It's an X-Men anime. Outstanding. Great.
I like how they did it. I actually, as a comic book fan, Wolverine was shorter than he normally is drawn.
Wolverine's supposed to be short. Yeah. Say that. He's
vicious. Taller than Puck, shorter than Cyclops. Did a great job.
Perfect. The characterizations of all of them were great.
Yeah, of course, the women had big boobs, of course, Japanese animated style, augment the boobies.
But they look cool. They did look
cool.
It was great art. And the action was outstanding. And what I liked about it, too, I'm used to, I don't like the old X-Men cartoons or anything like that.
I do.
Well, Wolverine, they used to always get their butt kicked. And at least on this, when they were in a fight, like, let's say Wolverine was up in the air about to hit somebody and he got hit instead, they would land on their feet like a cat. They showed how badass the X-Men were. That's why I love this X-Men. Yeah, well,
that was good, but not every cat lands on their feet all the time either. So
I know, but it made them cool. It made them formidable. It didn't make them get one hit and knocked to the ground type thing, like the regular X-Men movie. Like Wolverine versus Mystique in that one movie. Come on. Please, Mystique isn't going to do nothing against Wolverine. That's why I hate. That's why I didn't care for the movies. And the
Berserker Rage shot, that was a great thing. They tapped on everybody's powers and
they did.
Except for the weaknesses. They didn't really pick on the weaknesses that much because
they did a little.
Well, they didn't pick on Storm's claustrophobic or but they did a real good job. They sort of took the 90s series with Moya McTaggart and actually Japanized it.
Yeah, put a Japanese,
Instead of her, going island more and having, their son Prometheus, I think that was his name.
Or Legion, I can't figure out.
Yeah, because
it was Legion.
Well, the thing that was Prometheus, the guy was like a psionic lava monster or whatever. I remember the 90s cartoon. They redid him and made him Japanese, and they lived in Japan, which the whole story was really, really well written.
Yeah, very well written. It was good. It was entertaining. The action was great. You have to be a fan of anime. You don't have to be a fan of anime, I guess, to watch this, but it will help because there's definitely some anime aspects as far as the storyline is concerned. But all in all, as far as me being an X-Men fan, this is definitely, and I think Loki Goblin said this too, it's definitely the best X-Men animated movie or series you can find, period, right now.
Yeah, I already know I'm getting it for Christmas because I already got it. That's his. After Christmas, I'll be doing a thing on the Wolverine, and I got the Iron Man anime. The only one I'm missing of the anime series is the Blade one.
Yeah, Blade. Mm-hmm.
So eventually you'll be seeing a lot of reviews. After this, we're going to shoot a review of the one Walking Dead issue, so you can be looking forward to our opinions on that.
Yeah, we're going to pick a couple of different books. But good sense for this one. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And Optimustron and King Joe out.